The International Consumers Organization, IOCU, and the Committee for the Defense of the Consumer in Bolivia present You Have Rights and also Duties. The rights to life, to food, to health, to housing, taken on board as the basic and essential rights of every citizen, mean that all of us without exception are consumers. All of us, including you, no matter what age, nationality, race or sex we are, whatever our place in society, whether we are poor or rich, live in the countryside or in a city, we all consume something every day. It could be a product, large or small, or it could be a service. It doesn't matter whether we are poor or rich, whether we live in the city or in the countryside, we all need to consume something. Human consumption, however, is natural. In our country, we consume in order to satisfy our basic needs, depending on the income or salary we receive. By consuming, we are keeping the economy going and helping the country to subsist. It all works like a market in which each person has something to buy or sell. The person who produces and sells naturally makes a profit. The person who buys hopes to receive a better product, some durable goods, or a quality service in exchange for their money. However, as consumers, we are exposed to a series of abuses and insults, ranging from bad quality products and arbitrary price increases to shoddy treatment and cheating by some vendors and advertisers. As if this wasn't enough, in the last few years Latin America has been influenced or invaded by international commerce, which has saturated our markets with products that don't always have anything to do with our needs or our reality, putting at risk the economy of the majority of our population. Our nation as a whole is being transformed from a consumer society to a consumerist society, due to the demand for goods and services which are unnecessary or superfluous, and which in many cases turn out to be of bad quality. Consumerism is a frequent practice in developed or industrialized countries, where there is enough money and people can buy the same product as many times as they like. This can't and shouldn't happen in a country like ours, where many people don't have enough to eat or can't cover their basic essential necessities. Far less do they have money to throw away on products or goods of bad quality. Unemployment and poverty mean that money is scarce. Therefore, we should spend it prudently and intelligently. And that is our first right as consumers. We have the right to buy essential goods and services which guarantee the survival of the individual, adequate nutrition, clothing, healthcare, education, and basic sanitation. Our second right as consumers is security. That is, the right to be protected against products and services that are dangerous to life and health. Contaminated foodstuffs, for example, cause a wide range of damages to society and costs to the economy, such as hospitalization, medical treatment and medicines for those who become ill after consuming products of dubious quality. There is also the danger involved in transporting passengers in vehicles which are in a bad state of repair. This causes accidents, which in turn cost money. This cannot be allowed to happen in a country like ours, because we don't have enough money to throw away on goods or services that don't work properly or that don't provide the benefits or usefulness we expect. This is why consumer defense organizations have been set up around the world, such as the IOCU, International Organization of Consumers Unions. In Bolivia, CODEDCO, the Committee for the Defense of the Consumer, works closely with AIS Bolivia, part of the Health Action International Network, and IBFAN, the International Baby Food Action Network. The Bolivian Committee is also involved in providing orientation and adequate information with the aim of protecting the public from false or misleading information about goods and services. For example, when you are offered an amazing remedy that will supposedly give you back your youth, you should have clear and scientific information that will tell you if this is true or not, and what are the dangers you are risking when you consume it. You are a person who has the right to take care of your health and your integrity, and therefore to receive good quality products and services, because you pay for them. This is the fifth right of the consumer, that of expressing his or her opinion and defending his or her interests when government policy is being drawn up. Because if we examine the services we receive, we will see that they leave much to be desired. Do you believe that you are getting a good service when you have to queue from 6 in the morning to get the medical attention you need? You should reflect that this service is not free. It costs money. It's your money, and you have every right to ask that it be spent honestly and efficiently. If the service is deficient or bad, it can damage not only health, but also the economy of the family and the economy of the country. That's why we all have the right to be compensated for false information, for articles which are adulterated or of bad quality, and even more so for unsatisfactory services. For example, if you get ill from consuming food that is bad, you have the right to demand payment for damages. Have you ever tried to use the traffic lights in the streets of La Paz? In this case, the traffic light is not working properly. People have become accustomed to things not working and no longer take any notice of such details. But we have to remember that this system has cost a lot of money, and you have the right to complain because it is your money, the money you earn from your work and that you pay in the form of taxes. Did you know that this tinned food has an expiry date? You have to be careful. Every time you go and buy something, no matter how small, make sure of the price, look at the price lists, don't let yourself be influenced by the vendor, ask for your receipt, and complain immediately if you notice any irregularity. If the services you receive are deficient or in a bad condition, you have every right to complain about it because you are paying your money. And what can we say about people who go before the law to receive justice? Did you know that there are many people who are suffering unjustly in prison for years because they don't have any money? Only an aware and well-informed consumer will be able to put a stop to everything that violates his or her needs. That's why we have the right to the information, knowledge and experience necessary to become informed consumers. Finally, we all have the right to live and work in an environment that is not threatening or dangerous, and that provides us with basic well-being and allows us to lead a dignified life. As well as these rights, we also have responsibilities. and one of these is to overcome our indifference and get involved in consumer defense committees. Because we have to develop a critical consciousness in order to control and question the price and quality of the products we consume, in order to get rid of harmful products. It's also our duty to preserve and protect the environment. We need to be sure that the money we pay in taxes and what we spend on goods and services is well spent. To help the authorities to carry out their role of making sure that we have an efficient country free of harmful or dangerous products. To prevent Bolivia from turning into a dump for those products that are not allowed to be sold in other countries. Otherwise, we will continue to live in a poor, underdeveloped country where anything goes. You are not a second-class citizen. Your work gives you the right to complain. Because when things are very bad, don't work or are deficient, does it mean that citizens should be indifferent and keep silent? Don't let's be indifferent. Let's start to claim our rights as consumers. Let's start to fulfill our obligations as well. It's not enough just to be constantly complaining about everything. We have to act to defend nature, our lives, our health and our education. Only then will we be able to say that we are looking out for the future of our family and our country. Join us in our campaign. We wish to thank the Latin America and Caribbean Office of the IOCU, the International Organization of Consumers Unions, without whose support this video wouldn't have been possible. Our thanks also to International Doctors of Germany.